Hey, welcome back to World Entertainment, and it's official, people. The biggest news dropped over the weekend. What was that news? Well, it was, of course, that the script for The Batman Part 2 has officially been confirmed to be finished. Now, should we get excited about this? Maybe. Should we be actually cautious about this? Absolutely. And I will break down why we should actually be a bit concerned but very cautious about this. We also have James Gunn responding to it and a possible casting rumour for the movie. But let's have a look at the confirmation that the script is officially done. And this wasn't James Gunn saying this. This was actually Matt Reeves himself posting a photograph of a blurry image of him and someone else in the background. I'm assuming it's his writing partner. I have no idea who the other person is. And the script in the front. So it's saying the script for the Batman 2 is officially completed, as Matt Reeves has confirmed in a social media post that he finished writing with Mattson Tomlin. I'm assuming that then is who's in the picture with him, saying partners in crime, fighters, shared Reeves and Tomlin, which included the cover of the script with the bat symbol and the text blurred out, with the pair in the background. The completion of the script for the sequel comes 3 years after the first film was released on March 4, 2022 and brought in over $770 million at the box office. It also comes after rumours and speculation said Reeves would be off the movie and that possibly the Batman 2 wouldn't be happening. Now, here's the part where you get excited and the part where you get very concerned. Well, maybe not very concerned, but very cautious. Yes, there is the script. The script is there. It's on the table. We can all see it. We see Matt Reeves, and everyone's getting excited. Here's the thing. This is the first draft of the script. So there's a strong possibility that this will have to go through rewrites. And that's where you have to be cautious, is the fact that everyone is going to think, oh, the script is done. They're going to be ready to shoot anytime now. They could very well look at this script and go, yeah, we find what you've done here interesting, Matt, but we need you to change this, and this. Possibly add this and remove all of that. Again, this is the first draft. This is a complete script, but it's also a first draft because this is the script that they could look at and go, yeah, we need you to change it. So that leads us to what actually happened with James Gunn, his response. So it's saying, on Thursday, the Batman director Matt Reeves revealed that he had finally finished the script for the long-awaited sequel, which he penned alongside his co-writer Mattson Tomlin. The announcement came in the midst of speculation that the movie, which does appear to be officially titled The Batman Part 2 for the time being, may have been cancelled, with DC Studios co-heads James Gunn and Peter Safran planning to either introduce a brand new take on the Dark Knight in The Brave and the Bold, or fold Robert Pattinson's Batverse take on the iconic hero into the DCU, which we know didn't happen. We know they've come out and confirmed, no, Robert Pattinson is Matt Reeves. He's very much Matt Reeves. It's not going to be folded into our take on Batman. So Gunn remains adamant that the plan is still to forge ahead with another actor for the DCU's Caped Crusader, but we are clearly going to see at least one more installment in Reeves' epic crime saga as well. Don't forget, Reeves is meant to be doing a trilogy. So it was meant to be the Batman Part 2 and a Part 3. So whether that's still the case, I don't know, but he did sign a contract with Warner Bros. To do a trilogy. So Reeves may have handed in the script, but Gunn still hasn't had a chance to read it. Or at least he hadn't during his interview with comicbook.com on Saturday. This is what he told the site when he was asked had he read the script, saying, I have not. I'm so excited to read it, and I'm hoping I can read it on the plane to London tomorrow, but I also might fall asleep. That's not a great statement to start off with. Just sit there and say, oh, I'm really excited to read this thing. It's like, okay, that's understandable, you know. That's good part. And then to say, yeah, I might fall asleep though. It's like, say you're going to try. Say you could fall asleep because you're tired for this long trip, but hopefully then you can pick it up and read it once you get to London or so. The fact that he doesn't continue on, he just says, oh, I hope to read it on the plane tomorrow, but I might fall asleep, and leaves it at that. That's not great. You're like, you should probably continue on something. So Gunn obviously meant he'll likely be too exhausted from the Superman press tour, and not that he might find the script boring. But between these quotes and his previous Matt Reeves' slow comment, some fans have conceived themselves that there's some kind of friction existing between the two. And yeah, the fact that he did say, like, oh yeah, Reeves is slow. Now obviously he was talking about how quickly he was getting the script done. Apparently though, with the issues he may have had health-wise or mental health-wise, we don't know. It's none of our business, quite frankly. But you would think James Gunn could have handled that better, especially when he's the guy who's meant to be in charge of overseeing the whole DCU. This is the thing though. The question is, will he do things to maybe try and sabotage this movie from happening? Or will that script sit there and we see what happens with Superman? If Superman fails, they are going to fast track this thing into production. Remember, in the past 7 movies that have come out from the DC, EU, DCU, DCEU, whatever you want to call it at this stage, the only one out of them 7 that actually was successful and earned money, not a lot, but earned money, was the Batman. So they got great goodwill with the Penguin and that success, which I think that pissed James Gunn off, because immediately people weren't going, hey, we want your Batman, or we want Superman right now. So the questions immediately turned to, wow, you've got to start getting the Batman Part 2 coming out. Surely that's coming out now. Surely you're going to move very quick with that. And that is when James Gunn started to say, oh, the script's not ready. Keep that in mind. Matt Reeves had said the script was ready. A producer had said a script was ready. Once the Penguin came out and succeeded and was massive, that is when James Gunn turned around and all of a sudden said, oh, there's no script yet for the Batman Part 2. That is when the delays really started. So we don't quite know what's happening. But again, keep in mind, James Gunn could read this and decide, oh no, I want some changes. But then there is a question of, are we getting the first casting news for this sequel? Asking, is Isaac Gonzalez having a role in the sequel? So it's saying here, after what seemed like an eternity, the script for the highly anticipated sequel to the Batman is finally complete, blah blah blah. We've heard all of that forever. Actress Isaac Gonzalez, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, for people, it says here, known for her roles in Three Body Problem and Alita Battle Angel. I would have said more so for people, especially now, she was in Godzilla versus Kong. Yes, versus Kong. She was the one who turned against them and ended up getting squashed by King Kong when he grabbed the little ship they were in and off they went. That's what he did to them. So it's saying, recently liked an Instagram post shared by Matt Reeves featuring the completed script. Interestingly, Reeves appears to be following Gonzalez on Instagram as well. A closer look at his account reveals that while he follows numerous design-related profiles, the only actors he follows are those who starred in The Batman. Gonzalez was once a strong contender for the role of Selina Kyle in The Batman, a part that eventually went to Zoe Kravitz. She has openly shared that she screen tested for the role and was quite disappointed when she didn't get the part. Could Reeves have been impressed by her talent and is now considering her for a different role in his upcoming sequel? Elsewhere, DC Studios co-chair James Gunn is also sharing his reaction to Reeves completing the script, and we know all of that crap. So it looks like maybe she is up for a role in the movie. Be good casting. She's decent. Bloody hot as hell as well, if you see her. Who could she possibly play? Don't know. That's the thing. Don't know. She doesn't really strike me as a Poison Ivy type. So, yeah, the question definitely would be, who could she potentially play? That would be an interesting question. That's the question, and it would be an interesting answer to find out who it is. I suppose we could all speculate who it could be, but at this stage, could be a brand new character we've never heard of. We don't know, but either way, this script is complete for now, unless James Gunn decides to screw him over and go, oh, we need you to change it, or this script isn't good enough, or some crap. We'll wait and see, but the official word and confirmation is that this script is done. We'll wait and see what comes of it. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. You all know the drill, and it shall be appreciated should you hit that sub button. Do it. It's free. Do it. Cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.